But what I remember is they
Yeah,
send him
like
in to like infiltrate these Navi because they want the vibranium or whatever.
unobtainium.
Unobtainium. I remember hearing that as a 13-year-old and being like, "This is stupid.
Uh,
Unobtainium. You're
I was
calling
like, I was like, what did he just say? I was like, we're back.
We're back to rewriting. This time
Yeah.
we're rewriting Avatar 2.
Not even who wrote this? Did Chris Stuckman write this one again, or is
It
this
wasn't
no?
it wasn't our boy Chris, dude. It was his
It,
friend James. But
oh god.
I think we should start. I think we should talk about Avatar 1 first before we get into like
Yeah.
how we think Avatar 2 should go. But
Blue. Yeah.
have you seen it in a while?
I haven't
remember
seen
from
it since. Oh, like it's got to be at least like. Am I right if I say like 6 or 7 years ago? Like
It's
I don't even remember.
It's 12 years old.
Okay, cool.
I was
Yeah.
13 when it came out. I had no pubes
Dude,
when it came out.
oh
It
my
was so
God.
long ago.
I'm hairy, so I probably had pubes when I was 13. um,
You had more than I do now.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? What I remember not even knowing anything about it when I saw it as a kid. I was like, I think I wanted to see Tokyo Drift, but like we couldn't for some reason, and we saw Avatar, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I didn't really give a shit, to be honest. I didn't understand that it was like a spectacle.
I remember it being a big deal when
Yeah.
it came out. I literally remember seeing it in theaters. I remember specifically the like jellyfish scene and like the jellyfish were coming at me. It was like, oh.
So my theory is, now that I'm an adult, I can speculate that I think a lot of people just saw that movie super high or like on acid. It was like the acid or high movie of this like the century.
I was high on that like childhood brain.
Yeah, because every child brain is like on Molly naturally. It's just like releasing Molly into your system.
It was yeah, it was pretty impressive. I remember not having a good seat though. I was like far back, so I didn't feel that immersed. But
Yeah.
yeah,
What? But what about the story? What do you think of like the spectacle?
I was thinking about this. The story was literally just a dude who is in a wheelchair, goes
Sorry, I
to
don't know
this.
why I laugh. That's not funny.
I guess he's a scientist. Well, it's a weird. Yeah, this is what's crazy. I'll get to this wheelchair stuff in a moment about this movie. He's in a wheelchair. He's like a scientist. He goes to this like planet space lab. He just flies and he's like, I'm Sam Worthington. Meets up with Sigourney. And they're like, hey, we made this avatar out of human DNA and avatar DNA. And we're going to like warg your brain into that shit. And I was looking, there's a scene with the bad dude, the guy with scars on his face, big muscular dude he's just the bad
He's
American.
super cool.
Yeah. But he was
like
talking to him.
Joe.
He was talking to him. He's like, if this mission goes well, I'm going to give you your legs back.
Yeah.
And this is what's so stupid about it. They live in this future where they can go to a different planet, interact with aliens, and then send someone's consciousness into another alien, but they won't fix his legs before that. Like his legs weren't fixed before that. It doesn't make any sense.
So what happened, if I remember right, they're going to do his twin brother, but his twin brother was an idiot and he died. No, I'm joking. But and so they only took him. I'm sure he was like some poor ass dude, and because he had his brother's DNA, and that's why they could put him in the alien.
Wait, what? Wait. So they took his brother and made him an avatar? Is that
no. So his originally he had a twin brother, if I remember right. His
Okay.
brother ended up dying. I think they have like a funeral in the beginning of the movie. And they like
I don't
jet
remember
him in-
any of this.
Dude, you told me you even read about it.
I
dude.
did, I didn't read all.
I told you I was going to.
No, I just watched the trailer and I read about the second one.
Dude, no. There's a whole twin brother
Okay.
thing. Maybe I'm having that Berenstein Bears thing going on, but
It doesn't
Yes.
matter. We'll still
I'm
write a
pretty
script
sure-
off of it.
yes, I'm pretty sure he had a twin brother. His twin brother was going to be the Avatar. His twin brother fucking like died, and then they're like, "Yo, he's got a twin fucking brother. Let's just let the paralyzed guy go at it." And
But dude, we're in like year fucking 4000, and
so you're saying this should just be available? There should be no.
well,
paralyzed-
all I'm saying is I saw the wheelchair and I just saw like a script writer like, yeah, we
Well,
need that. We need a
yeah.
motivation. We need to give him like a
If I remember, was it like a futuristic wheelchair, or was it just some like
No, it's just a
bullshit,
regular
airport
wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
yeah,
It
and
was
they're
like,
like,
yeah.
hey, we're gonna put your brain into an alien and you'll be you, but
Yeah.
we're not gonna fix your legs. He could have
Dude,
theoretically, they could
yeah.
have put his brain into like some other human DNA robot they had before they sent him. So that was a nitpicky thing. But what I remember is they
Yeah,
send
they-
him in to like infiltrate these Navi because they want the vibranium or whatever.
Unobtainium.
Unobtainium. I remember hearing that as a 13-year-old and being like, "This is stupid. Unobtainium. You're
I was
calling
like, I was like, what? What did he just say? I was like, no. As a kid, I was probably like, that's sick. But
yeah.
I was like, I want it.
The plot. Okay, the plot. I guess what we're saying is the plot is a little dumb.
a little
but
meat and
The
potatoes.
filmmaking is really awesome, super immersive.
Ye-
Like it still looks
Oh.
really good. It
Not
still
only
looks
just
awesome.
the plot's stupid, but because it just we've seen it so many times. But the world is very impressive. Like he put, like I even remember watching a video about how ambitious the Avatar video game was, and how James Cameron had like direct like ties to it, and they created a whole new story and like they had a whole language that's legitimate language. Like they put like so much fucking effort into this,
Wow.
and so I
Yeah,
think,
he spent like 10 years on the first one or something
yeah
crazy.
he what's it called? He filmed it like Surfs Up, the penguin.
Yeah. Yeah.
They,
I
sorry.
finished that
Sounds-
YMS Lion King video.
Mhm.
It's crazy. It's great. Like
Dude,
I didn't see the new Lion King, so I didn't know much about it, but I didn't know like how kind of they mess it up that much.
You didn't see the original Lion King?
No, I've seen the original. I just
Oh,
haven't
okay.
seen the John Favreau one.
Oh yeah, the John fucked up Bido. You know what? I wish they just went full like I know we're getting off track, but I wish they went and just full nature documentary. Had fucking David Attenborough like narrate the whole goddamn thing, and it hits like
Yeah.
all the beats. Cause like whatever.
No, I
But,
remember that from the YMS video. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just awesome how much time someone puts into like a video essay too, and like they make something like truly. It's like a form unique to YouTube.
Oh yeah, he edited that all in Final Cut. A fucking 2 hour and 40-minute video.
Wow.
In Final Cut, dude. 'Cause
And I
watched
think I heard too, like he uploads it multiple times because I don't understand YouTube copy strike if you're using
No.
copyright law if you're using music.
Well, it's also he uses music and he's also reusing all the footage. So I'm sure they're just like, I remember I posted like a fan edit when I was younger of The Hills Have Eyes ending to like some like shitty music, and because I was like, this is badass. And then I immediately got like copyright strike. They're like penalizing my account. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Jeez. Yeah, I put
Yeah.
the Blind Cop 2 cut just on YouTube private, and it has like 32 strikes on it because just from like music I put in
Yeah, it's
and, like footage and stuff. Yeah.
you gotta own everything in that movie. That's just how it goes.
It is how it goes.
kind
But
of
let's
bullshit.
loop back to Avatar.
Oh,
So
yeah.
okay, so he goes into an alien body. He's
Yeah.
going to get the unobtainium,
Yeah.
and along his mission infiltrating the tribe, he literally not even in a week, he like falls in love with and fucks another alien.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, okay. When in Rome, like
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
it's like I'm guessing it's like having a psychedelic trip and just being like, I want to experience everything about this trip.
It's a very psychedelic movie
Dude,
in a
James
way.
Cameron must have like been a massive hippie.
Well,
Like,
I've heard that speculated too, because it's where he talks about. I love James Cameron, by the way. Where he talks
oh yeah,
about he came up with Terminator. He's like, yeah, I had a dream of like a skeleton coming out of the fire. It's like, yeah, dream, dude. And then also
dude.
with Avatar, they had an ayahuasca scene that they cut out.
Oh really?
So I think you should bring that back.
What's it? I also respect James Cameron. I've seen his drawings of like Terminator robots before he made the movie. He made like photographic, like Da Vinci-esque drawings of these fucking T-1000s, and you're just like, dude, this guy just fucking manifested this fucking shit immediately. Like, it's unreal how
Wow.
much of a vision he has. He's super impressive.
He definitely fucked some alien and like saw
Oh,
some images.
also the crazy thing is he's only getting older, and he's still making the most ambitious shit.
And going to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
Who
just
does that?
dude,
That shit's scary. I want
dude, I'm scared of the bends, man. The bends scare me. Like, you know what that shit is?
no, what's that?
It's like when you come up too fast and you don't, your blood vessels and lungs can't equalize, so like you fucking just pop all like inside, like your
I've
head
heard of that,
shakes.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure it's in A Thousand Ways to Die.
Will that happen in a submarine?
Oh what?
Would that happen in a submarine?
So in a submarine, I'm pretty sure they have to go up in levels, very slowly. Like they have like different depths. So like once they hit the shore, they've
Wow.
equalized. Dude, on the plane back from, I know this is not Avatar. On the plane back from your movie, my ears didn't equalize for like 2 days. Like I couldn't hear
Wow.
out this ear at all. I was like, it was terrible,
Do you
dude.
think because like elevation?
Yeah, from the airplane. Like my ears just look as
Oh yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was just like, oh my
Damn.
but yeah, so Avatar 2 or Avatar 1. Oh, so let's just say it's basically Pocahontas, which is basically like I was gonna say like Last of the Mohicans, but it's not. What's it originally?
Yeah, it's like yeah, how
there's
would you
one
describe it?
there's a
Pocahontas is a
different
good one.
yeah, there's a different source material that it's also identically like. Um but I forgot what it is. And it is what do you what are your disappointments with the movie? Because we know it's fucking awesome. Like in
Yeah, I
like
think literally the main disappointment is like I remember even back then watching it. This is crazy. I was 13. Maybe I was a little older because I think the trailer I looked up was 12 years old. So maybe the movie is like 11 years. But anyways, I remember even seeing the plot and like the plot shit threw me off. It's just cheesy and it felt a little dumb at the time. But hey, maybe I'll watch it now and be like, hey, my brain, I was a dumbass. Like my brain couldn't pick up on how masterful this is or something.
well, I think the plot, yeah, it was a little
But yeah, like
yeah.
unobtainium. I remember like the villain acting a little
Maybe was
like
it
goofy.
intentionally cheesy, or is it because he wrote it probably like 10 years before he made it? So it was like written in like the early
No.
2000s or
I think
something.
maybe intentionally a bit.
Because
Yeah.
I don't remember any like I mean because it was definitely like somewhat of a family movie. He was definitely going for not lowest common denominator, but something general audiences would love.
Wow. How do you get away with like aliens mating. That's
They
crazy.
they make them mate through their fucking hair.
Yeah.
Like, remember that? It's like like their tentacle hair.
Yeah, and then he sticks it in like the horse.
He's like, I'm gonna fuck this horse. Yeah, the implications are a little weird of that actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
you just put it in her.
They also pee through it.
Oh god, they.
So so I feel like you know it a bit better. So what happens after he falls in love with the lady?
Well, first he has to like go through training with her, and like she trains him, and he if I what else? Then they slowly fall in love, and then they go to the mother tree, and the big thing is like, oh, all the Onotanians actually at the mother tree or something. Um, and then she's like, and then he goes back maybe with that information, and then I remember at some point, I'm jumping like a shit ton here, but I remember this weird scene where he's just like dying on the floor, not as an alien, and she comes in and just picks him up and she's giant. Like it's so funny to see how giant these things are, but
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like like no way you would actually, especially for someone who never did. Was there like a scene where he didn't know how to walk, like
As the alien.
as the alien?
Yeah,
Because
I think he like freaks out at first. He's like talking through his like earpiece, like I can't move my legs or something.
yeah, that's crazy. But
Oh wait, no, isn't the first time he like pops out of the hospital?
yeah, and just
He like
runs
hits
out,
a
right?
yeah.
I
I forgot about that scene.
Yeah, there's the movie's so long, but I think I can only remember about like 15 scenes.
Yeah.
Like
I just
could,
remember what I saw in the trailer.
yeah, I remember they took like the helicopter straight out of fucking Halo though, or Halo took like those like quad like blade copters. So those
Oh,
are
I can
cool.
see that, yeah.
Forgot what
So
they're called. Halo.
they fall in love, they train. Yeah, and then he tells them about the unobtainium. Don't they set the tree on fire and then he like
Yeah,
uses some like pterodactyls to fight the Halo copters?
yeah, the helicopters, yeah, they do that. They set that tree on fire. Then he's like, "Fuck this! I want to be an alien forever" or something. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then I don't know how that works because he still technically has to be alive as a person, or is this like does he need to be alive for his conscience to be in there? I don't fucking know.
I guess yeah, she was like carrying him. Doesn't he die kind of, but he like stays in the body of the alien?
Yeah, maybe that happens. Imagine just like you're like being the alien and just seeing like the room that your body's in just get blown up in the distance. Like you can't just be like, oh,
I would freak out.
yeah, that'd be freaking out.
That would
Like
be
almost
freak-
like your car is like.
But that's the shit I want to see more. And I think you're spot on when you say like it was like a vehicle for like a cinematic experience for families. But that's the shit I want to see more, like interesting angle, interesting perspective of the character and like their
Yeah.
story. Yeah,
It
instead
almost
of-
felt.
it felt omnipresent, like regular story happens. You know.
Yeah, it was almost like a tech demo for just like a story, and I just honestly don't know where the fuck it could go for the second one.
Well, I think we proved that we're experts on how the first one went. So let's
Yeah,
start.
we know everything about the first one.
We're pretty sure someone dies and they take ayahuasca or something.
Yeah, they're
So
blue.
let's rewrite this second one here.
Yeah,
Avatar
so-
2: The Way of the Water.
He should just throw out the script. No, I'm joking. That's just how we start everyone.
Throw out your script and we'll give you a vague idea.
Yeah, we'll get you going, James.
So-
T. Cameron.
I don't know what he's gonna do with it. I guess
So
I guess it has to be the humans are coming back to
I would
fight.
say it can't be a prequel because we know that James what the Sam Worthington
Sam
writes,
Worthington, yeah.
in it. So and that's probably why he hasn't been in a fucking movie in forever.
I was just looking at that too. He hasn't really Venom was since like Terminator Salvation.
He was in the movie The Titan, which I watched to fall asleep. Another alien movie, and it's so good. It's such
The
a funny
Titan.
movie. Recommended. Like it's a Netflix original.
I haven't
It's
seen it.
hilarious. It's yeah. Have a few people over and watch that movie. But
The only thing I think I've seen of him was Man on a Ledge,
I saw that movie. I rewatched that recently.
which is like, it's kind of
It's
terrible.
so
And
it's
then
so bad.
the Clash of the Titans.
Which is like some of the action's kind of cool, but
They're
it's
fun.
pretty shitty.
Yeah. They're like
It's,
300 type movies.
Yeah, with just giant like scorpions and like elephants or something.
But okay, so Avatar 2, what do you think he's going to do with it?
So
He's
I
been
would
shooting it for
introduce-
3 years, and he shot 2 movies back to back.
I
Avatar
hope
2 and
it's.
3.
I kind of hope it's not just ambitious with its tech, which I can't even imagine what it looks like now, and I hope it's just as ambitious with its story and tell something a little more epic. And
It sounds like he has a chance because he's spanning it across 2 movies.
well,
Avatar 2 and 3 is going to be like the wet dune.
yeah, well, what's it called? I feel like Avatar 2 or Avatar 1 only took place in just like one fucking continent of this country. So I wonder what, of this planet. So like what Pandora, right? That's what it's called. Should they change their fucking papyrus font?
Yeah,
Or do they gotta keep
they should.
that?
I think it's already looks better.
The new font?
Yeah, it's a
Let me
little more
check
chunkier and
Let me check it
pronounced
out.
edges.
Sorry, you're gonna have to hear my really loud keyboard.
No, dude, we're doing research. So this is what I've read on it. They've been shooting since 2017 to 2020. So that's 3 years straight.
Oh yeah, the new font does look a little better.
2 movies
Oh whoa.
back to back, and this one's called The Way of Water. So
Dude, I'm seeing some of the behind the scenes, and they're filming it under fucking water in mocap.
wow, that is crazy. They did film underwater.
That is insane. Also, how do you do mocap for something that's like not even relatively your proportions? Like the proportions are so crazy.
Yeah, they make them like slender, and I guess they just take the movement. Like same with the swimming, they're just I guess using that for the animation of the 3D stuff they make.
Yeah, probably just for fucking reference. These animators are like, fuck, we have to redo all of this.
So I guess it's like the Na'vi living underwater, and is it gonna be like there's an Atlantis or something like
Oh, that's
underground?
cool.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can see any more. Yeah. I think James Cameron was just like, I just have to make sure this shit's underwater. Like, if I'm making a movie for the next like 10 years, it's gotta be underwater.
You spent a long time under there.
They have to. Okay, there has to be some cool fucking monsters down there. I don't know, man. I have no idea how to fucking rewrite this one. Well,
Dude, we're gonna try. I think we should
should we pick? Oh, no.
play. I think we should play around with some ideas.
Yeah.
Just see
Should
what he could do with it.
So the genre for the last one was adventure, sci-fi, fish out of water kind of thing. So what do we want to do differently? Do we want to like
I think here's what we do. Okay. We change genre.
that's what I was thinking.
Adventure horror. Okay. The Na'vi, so the humans are coming back. They're pissed. They're like, we're gonna destroy your world. So the Na'vi also like submerge underwater and hide, and like build these cities. But there's also like beasts underwater. So it's like murky, and the humans are like searching
So what
above the
if
surface.
what if the humans are just destroying their world, like for like allegory for like global warming. So like their whole world is burning on top, so they have to go underwater, and it creates like a whole different ecosystem, and like maybe the humans brought like the plague or some bullshit, and like some of the avatars start changing, and maybe the Sam Worthington's like his connection to his other bodies like being weird, and like he's like getting weird phantom ideas or phantom shit going on.
Ooh,
um,
I love that. Like, what type of phantom ideas?
like
Like, does he start
maybe
freaking out with the like? Because think about this: you're a human your whole life. Yes, you fall in love with a Navi, but now you're with these things the whole time. Like, does he start having paranoid attacks? He's like, "Did I make the right choice?" Fuck it.
dude, what if he yeah what if hmm hmm sorry, dead air, I know. What's
No,
it
I thought
called?
you were gonna say something really interesting. He's like, I was like, "Oh, some shit, some crazy
Dude, I
shit's
know
about to
it's
come
the
out."
beard. I have to shave this so people stop thinking I'm actually thinking, you know. Um,
All right. Yeah, I really like that. The Earth's getting destroyed, or the Pandora's like fucked. Like they just burned. They
yeah.
scored. Humans came back. They won. They scorched everything. They took the unobtainium. Maybe they're
Oh,
making some like
so
fucked up AI with it that's like
what if?
patrols and just kills, almost like the Terminator kills like any Navi it sees.
Oh, a Terminator could be cool. Like, they probably have submarines now because Jim Cameron loves that. Um,
There's a lot
I
of
would
them.
like to. I would like to see like this take over like this like a Lord of the Rings kind of epic story where it like takes over like a long period of time, and uh like the humans are on their last, like they're doing guerrilla warfare now. The tables have turned because they can't like fight them to like they're underwater now. Like what if we cut to like 20 years into the war, and they're on their like they're on their last like equipment, and like they have to do more creative shit, and maybe some fucking avatars are like, yo, I'm gonna join your side. Like they have like a I'm on a call. What's it called? But yeah.
I like that.
Um,
That'd be like the third movie where, because I feel like at that point it switches to the humans' perspective.
yeah.
So they're like the good guy. What if they're the heroes? Like the next movie, that'd be pretty crazy. All right, dude. So we, just like Avatar 2 took 3 years to make, it's going to take us 2 days to make.
Yeah.
So we're on day 2 of this podcast. But yeah, dude, we found out big shocking news. We found like the log line, and it
It's
says
really
that
bad.
John's. It doesn't sound great. Doesn't sound great. That's why we're getting a little boozed up.
Do we know the log line, or like off the top, or it's like, oh,
Okay.
this Sully family is like threatened or
Like
something?
Avatar 2 follows the Sully family as they go through journeys about staying together and fighting through adversity or something.
So like, I guess the plot can't be that it's like somewhat human because he's totally an avatar now, if I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, we believe, we didn't watch the first movie in 12 years, but we believe it ends with him being an avatar.
I'm gonna rewrite it. I think he actually is best friends with the old guy.
Hey Max, I made this movie 12 years ago. I don't know if you heard of Avatar. I was just wondering if you could write second draft, just give the movie a
Yeah.
watch. And
Let me just see what's on the top of my head.
yeah. But yeah, we found out that John Sully, I guess that's his name.
Jack
John,
Sully.
Jack Sully, like,
Maybe not. Maybe not.
dude, what a dumb, what a generic name. My middle name is John, so what a generic name.
Mine's Noah, and like my shoes literally say Noah on them. But whatever.
Your new ones?
Yeah, new ones say Noah.
Show us. Whoa.
Noah, dude.
Did you put that there?
No, it just, that's what they're called. They looked like gazelles, so that's why I got them. But that's cooler than the new Avatar too.
That is, and that's why we got sidetracked. Is because that was actually way more interesting than the log line there.
Yeah,
A
the
shoot
log
called
line
Noah. That's
the
a
log-
movie I'd watch.
Yeah, dude, Darren Aronofsky's directing it. Dude, what is going on with this log line? They've had 15 years or whatever.
Let's read
to
it.
write it.
Let's read the
Yeah,
log line.
give it to me.
Or this is the premise, I guess, but we'll call it the log line.
Okay.
Set more than a decade after the events of the first film, Avatar, The Way of Water, begins to tell the story of the Sully family, the troubles that follow them, the lengths they go to keep each other safe, the battles they fight to stay alive, and the tragedies they endure.
This sounds so fucking boring.
The quote is attributed to Mr.
Are they-
20th Century Studios.
Well, are they underwater? They don't mention that at all.
They mention Avatar, The Way of Water. I
But
feel
they
like
don't
a the should be in there, like Lord of the Rings. What if it's like Lord of Rings?
Lord
Lord
of Rings. It's like
It doesn't feel like a complete pie, you know?
yeah, it's they fucked that one up. Also, they're not helping themselves with the comparison of like the Avatar, the animated show where it's like waterbender and airbender. Like,
That's a great it's even more like confusing.
yeah, it's like it's definitely linked.
Well, maybe they're like trying to slightly capitalize off that in like foreign markets when they just see the movie time, they're like, oh, I love Avatar Last Airbender. Let me go see it. What the
fuck? What?
But this is this is all we get. Begins this, I'm going to highlight that word. Begins to tell the story of the Sully family, the trouble that follows them, the lengths they go to keep each other safe, the battles they fight to stay alive, the tragedies they endure.
Oh my god.
What does that say to you?
What is this? Just sounds like a boring like wilderness movie. Like where they're like, oh, we're living in the frontier of like the wilderness, and now we just have to fight like animals. Like,
I hope it's not that, dude. You
What-
think it's
what?
you think it's just like, okay, the humans are gone and now it's
Yeah,
just
well,
them like in the wild, like hunting and like
I was gonna ask, did the humans just like fuck off? Like, what the fuck? Where'd they go in this spot?
I don't know. We should have watched the movie.
Did they just go, oh, you beat us, we're gone now?
I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think Sigourney Weaver's in
Did she
it, or did
die?
she?
Didn't
I
they
think
die?
she was like dying, and then they saved her.
Didn't they turn into her in like an avatar or something?
Oh, you know what? I think they did too. Oh, yeah, they did.
We definitely don't know this movie very well.
Excuse me.
I hope she's still alive.
But imagine, like, okay, you're a race of blue people. These humans that came to fuck up your planet and take your unobtainium are just like, hey, we're about to die. Can we like take over some of your bodies and live with you?
Yeah, they just were like cool with like a heathen. I guess they told them that the mother tree was going down.
Well, I think that's like the biggest issue. Maybe it's not an issue because it's a story you could say, but the biggest complaint you could say with Avatar is it's like a naive look at like native life and
well, yeah, and also imperialism. It's like the whole film is about colonizing, and it's just like it's what the British did to the fucking Native Americans. You know,
it's
or-
what it's what
when they
every
Now I
it's
don't
what-
remember.
every European nation did to the whole world. Except for Antarctica.
The whole world. Yeah, like, you know, India, blah, blah, blah. I got to brush up on my history. But,
Yeah.
it's, I'm just mad that they didn't say anything about being underwater. What's this underwater bullshit? They go learn.
Oh yeah, okay. That's the weirdest part about it. The way of water. It's got to be like they have special powers and
Do you
they.
think Jigsaw is going to be like a dragonborn or something?
No, dude. Do you know what I think it is? We got to think about this a little differently. I think before we're thinking about it like it was a movie script and not that this is James Cameron doing it. The first
Oh.
one's about colonialism. The second one's about like using water as a power source. He's gonna be like, the message is gonna be like, use water, clean energy. So we got to right around that. They like have canals that fund their
They
fucking
have like
pyramid ships and
what's that like windmill thing that like they have in like those like water wheels, you know, like
yeah, wind or like water turbine, like the
Yeah.
Hoover Dam. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I hope it's just like a whole movie about pioneering, where like we just it's just not like they just create a railroad.
It's so they become like industrialized and they
Yeah,
fuck up
they-
their own planet.
Like it becomes the Wild West, like where like yeah, they're just gunslinging or like hair slinging because of their fucking weird ass hair. And like I guess I don't know.
What if they're like, Jack Sully, we just invented this new water portable tablet that you can FaceTime people with, blah, blah, blah. And it's like how social media fucks all the Navi up.
Jason Soley, we just want
Jason Sully.
we just want you to go on Avagram or whatever they call
Oh
it.
no, dude.
And he becomes like a twerker.
Unobtainium
Un-
Mini 6.
Unobtaining ass, dude. It's all about the avatar ass.
They'd be like, we made these phone chips out of the unobtainium.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, we SD cards. We had SD cards out of unobtainium.
What if they start making Avatar movies?
Yeah, they start making Avatar movies, and then Avatar M. Night Shyamalan comes out, and he's just like, "I'll make your next Avatar movie."
Oh god, this is getting crazy.
Um,
We got to think about this water though. We got to crack the code on this. What does he mean?
it's just James Cameron he's like, "I will fucking make this whole movie about fucking water if it kills me." Like, I'm just surprised he didn't say like they were like they grew gills or some shit.
They might.
They
They might
might.
in this.
Fuck.
Honestly, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
They don't give us much to work off of. We're really trying, especially with no trailers. We're like trying to just come up with ideas. They're kind of
Does that
fucked.
say how shallow, or does that go to show how shallow the whole Avatar kind of world is? Really, is it really shallow?
Well, there's either two things. It's either super shallow and they're fucked, or it's we haven't done our research and maybe there's more to the movie.
Or it's insanely in depth and we can't even comprehend it.
I have a feeling it's not the latter because it's a great, like, don't get me wrong, it's a great technical achievement, but people don't talk about it for it's like amazing story and like yeah.
No one mentions the chemistry. John Soley. No.
John Sully's great in that movie.
Yeah.
And Jack.
Jeremy Soley in what's it called? What the fuck is that actress's name?
Bryan Singer.
Yeah, Bryan Singer. Oh my god. No one talks about their fucking chemistry. No one's like they were like meant to be. It's not like Aladdin and what's her name, Jasmine.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah. Which I was about to say like, oh, it's because animation, but then I stopped myself because I was thinking about like the original Lion King. I definitely felt that shit. Like you feel
dude,
emotions while watching it. And it's not realistic. In fact, maybe it's easier to do that when you're not doing the uncanny valley,
Dude, it came out before we were old enough to see it in theaters. But for some reason, I thought I saw it in theaters. That's how like a much of like an impact it created.
I had the clamshell VHS of it. And I remember
Yeah.
I think it came out in 94, right?
Oh my, yeah, 94. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was before I was born.
Yeah, 2 years before we came out.
But dude, yeah, I'll be honest, the Biz is in a rough spot. We got
Northman not doing good.
Northman not doing good. We got Avatar 2's kind of stuck in the corner, fighting its way out of the drowning water. And we have the Lion King remake.
Is there any chance Avatar 2 fucking bombs?
Yes. But I'm more worried if it bombs. I think that's worse. Oh, fuck. This is interesting. I think that's worse for the business if Avatar bombs.
Yeah.
If it does, it's a big.
Or does the business start focusing on smaller movies like something we would create?
That's another way to look at it. Maybe
Yeah.
this is the death of the big blockbuster, which is funny because Quentin Tarantino said that when he put Once Upon a Time in Hollywood out. He said this is the last movie of its kind, and it's crazy how right he was because, like, boom, year later, COVID and knocked the fucking business.
So
up.
Tarantino definitely started this COVID shit. He's just like, I'm definitely going out of it.
He's like, this is the last movie of its kind.
COVID Tino, dude.
Yeah, or Tino. But dude, you're right. If it does bomb, which
who wants this? I mean, I'm seeing it because we saw as kids, and there's no other reason I'd see this movie because I'm not going to see the next Star Wars or the next Marvel movie. Like,
me neither. And that's why they're just doing TV now. Because
that's probably why they're like, no one's actually seeing these things anymore. But
they are making the most money ever with those Star Wars movies made billions of dollars. You know.
I know, but like, I haven't seen a Star Wars.
They also, though, here's the issue, and this is why Star Wars is getting so watered down. You have to think of it like how they think about it. That was an investment for them. They paid George Lucas $1 billion, and then they made the movies. So let's say they put in total like $1.5 billion in the shit. They need to make that money back, you know?
Yeah, they're like, I bet they're kind of freaking out. I bet they can't sell enough Funko Pops to make that money back.
I'm sure they're selling enough. Kylo Ren, every 6-year-old has a Kylo Ren Funko Pop. I had a Kylo Ren like underwear I'd get and stuff.
Dude, Kylo Ren, he was kind of, I love his design. I'm not gonna lie.
He was one of the better parts. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone made fun of Adam Driver, but he was like the only one giving a performance.
Yeah, he was definitely the best part. But they ruined people like, I love Oscar Isaac, but then they ruined him because he like, Last Jedi, he calls and he's like, hey, General, it's your mom calling, blah, 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 or whatever lines are. Yeah.
I think that was the one where my movie theater cut out 15 minutes. Like, Princess Leia is flying in space, and then the projector just broke, and they go, so we're going to refund everyone. And I'm like,
wait,
can you refund my popcorn?
That's the best part for the movie to break down is when I remember watching that in theaters when she floated like Mary Poppins, and I started laughing.
Oh, I saw an IMAX, dude, at the aquarium. And like, cause it's the only IMAX theater, we have to go to the aquarium. So like, we only get like 2 IMAX movies a year, or that aren't like aquarium stuff. But like, honestly, their whale IMAX movie, kind of better than Star Wars. I walked in, me and my friends, we were like, having fun, and we came in late, and like, we just see a giant whale on screen, and it goes, and we freak out. We start laughing because we're on edibles or whatever. And we just start laughing and we're going crazy. And everyone's like, shut the fuck up. And we're like,
that's how I felt when Leia started doing her Mary Poppins shit through space.
Another movie I laughed at when I was not supposed to. Remember when Dobby died in Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Dude, I bursted out laughing in the theater.
Why?
Because she goes, he's sleeping now. And one of the characters, I don't know her name.
Hermione?
No, not Hermione. Blonde-haired girl who sees dead things. He's like, she's sleeping now. And I go, ha! and I just like let out like a giant laugh, and a guy said, "Shut the fuck up." But the best thing was, and I didn't give a shit. I'm like,
You pissed that guy off because that was his
Yeah.
favorite character.
yeah, I was like 15 or 14. I'm like, I don't care. And then, but my favorite part was it was opening night too. People, the thing is packed. I'm mad someone's sitting next to me, so I'm coughing the whole time. Like, get away from me. And, my favorite thing was a guy just got a seat. He has like 4 sodas for his family, a large popcorn, and he gets in a seat and his seat breaks, and everything falls on him, and he goes, "What the fuck?" And he had to stand the whole movie. He had to stand the whole movie. Oh my god,
Dude.
yeah, fuck that movie. Harry Potter. I don't get the whole craze. I like Daniel Radcliffe as an actor. I like all those actors. Actually, I had a great cast always, but I was never into it.
The last movie I did that in was Matrix Resurrections. I
Did
was
you
like,
see it in theaters, dude?
I saw it in theaters. I was like, I need to get really high for this.
Dude,
Went outside, ran back in. There's like a part in the film.
sorry.
There's a part where Neo's with Trinity, and they're driving down like a busy street, and there's skyscrapers next to him, and Neo's like doing the force field to push people away. But they go like, call it the swarm, and they press some button or whatever. And this dude's just like laying in his bed in like a skyscraper apartment, and he just wakes up. His girlfriend's like, what's going on? And he just runs at the window and sprints and like does like a dive bomb into the Matrix characters. And yeah, I was laughing my ass off.
Matrix, I probably would have walked out of the theater. I turned it off. I thought it was so lazy, even with its meta shit. I was like, I'm like, you had the money to actually make something good, and you chose to make like a fuck you to the studio, which I get if they force you to, but
yeah, it was weird. It was also like a fuck you to the fans.
Yeah, and like, who enjoyed that? Like, I don't know anyone who enjoyed it.
I will say I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first act, maybe up to the midpoint, just for like it was original in the sense like, oh, I didn't see this coming at all. I was like, I thought they were just gonna remake The Matrix. And then the second half of the movie happens, and they just remade The Matrix after that. They like did all this unique stuff, and then they didn't know where to go with it. And they're like, all right, same story, but it's at the end it's Trinity.
Yeah, it was I turned it off when Neil Patrick Harris was like, I'm actually the bad guy.
And his like, I couldn't tell the way it was shot too and lit. It just felt like a comedy.
Well, it had some good cinematography and good lighting at points, and then other points it felt like, yeah, not the same fucking movie at all. Like they were filming.
Yeah,
like,
there's a scene where new Morpheus shows up at his office, and he like meets him in the bathroom, which is kind of a fun scene. But then right after, there's a shootout with his like business partner, and this business partner's like, I am Agent Smith, and he was like, it was supposed to be like scary, I guess, but it just was like, it was just goofy, and they cut in like old footage from other Matrix. They didn't know what else to do. It was weird.
I gotta say, I think Jupiter Ascending is a better movie.
I haven't even watched that.
It's fucking fun, dude. I watch it every now and then to fall asleep. It's one of my fall asleep movies. Like a go-to. I probably watched it like 7 times.
Mine is Andrei Rublev.
Oh, that movie could make you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that movie. If you watch every second, you'll be entertained. But if you don't,
it's so fucking dense, dude. That's the thing too. It's like, it just blows my mind. It's 3 hours long, and like I'm like 30 minutes in, and so much shit has happened. You know,
that's a daytime movie. It's not a nighttime movie for sure.
Yeah.
It's not. You need to be like, oh, I'm in class when you watch that.
But it was nice to be like, I just finally want to watch it, and I'm working on my night movie, so yeah. I kind of want to like see what else there is. Even though it's not really a night movie, it's kind of a little bit past the period, so it's interesting. You know,
Yeah, that's it's like the remnants of the night culture.
and I want to see like how would he shoot it. And I heard Robert Eggers like talking about this movie, especially particularly with him talking about Northman. He's like, my movie is nowhere near this. I'm just talking about like an inspiration. I was like, oh, I could see it like in terms of his blocking and his shots. A lot of them, there's like they're evolving shots. There's like a beginning to the shot, and then it becomes
Middle.
a different shot. Yeah,
No, I totally recognize that.
which is
Something random is who else does that is Hideo Kojima in the Metal Gear Solid games, where all the cameras cinematics are handheld, like someone's holding a camera like this, and they're all oneers, and he sets up like 10 shots in one shot where each shot has a different frame, but it's all in the oneer, so it's not like it just has no editing. It's really like Andrei Rublev. It teaches you that if you have like a total vision for how you want to frame every shot, you can pull it off. But I will say, like,
or even just a vision.
A vision. Well, and that's why I always got mad when professors would be like, shoot coverage, shoot coverage, shoot coverage. I'm like, no, but I have an idea. Like, I don't need to shoot coverage. It's
well, I guess then theoretically, like sometimes you don't have an idea. I think you should always try to picture how your scene is, but sometimes I guess you can't. And I guess ultimately you do end up always kind of shooting a wide and a close up anyways.
Oh yeah, anyway.
It's just in a different way,
Yeah, it's a good point. That's actually a good point.
It's a good way to start and put structure, but I totally agree with you. The best stuff that I like that I make is like when I like lay down in bed and visuals come to me, or I like lay down or sit down in front of my computer and the visuals come to you. That's the most inspiring, and it's nice to chase that image.
Dude, sometimes I even write where I'll be writing my desk, my chair is super uncomfortable, so I'll get in my bed with my notebook, and sometimes I get great ideas right before I fall asleep. So I'll keep doing that and writing ideas and like just keep going, like nodding off.
Dude, that's some Thomas Jefferson shit.
Oh, that's funny.
He would apparently he'd this is what I've heard, who knows, a rumor. He would hold a big metal ball and he'd sit in his chair, and he had crazy sleep hours, and he would sit till he passes out, and then right when he drops the ball, he'd get his pen and write. Because he said that's the best ideas would come to him.
It's because I think your mind's totally relaxed or something. It's you're not forcing anything. And I was trying to write something today. I was trying to write a horror movie just for fun, like a new feature. And I got it was a swell of ideas every time I did that. It was really interesting.
Are you outlining it all, or are you just straight up I'm gonna go right into it and write?
Oh, I'm outlining this. I'm probably going to start getting into typing with my World War I idea. That's almost ready. But this one's I'm trying to create a horror movie, like my dream horror movie, and it's tough. I'm wow, I thought this would be easy. But I'm trying to create a exorcism movie from the perspective of the person not being demonized or whatever. And it's from the military's perspective. It's gonna be something super weird. I'm still getting.
I dig it, dude.
Yeah, it's they're they're gonna be taking advantage of someone who has a demon in them in a scientific way. It's gonna be something really bizarre. And then the more I thought about it, I'm is this just this?
No, that's really cool. Have you what I was thinking of? Have you ever seen Stargate?
No.
It's kind of a random movie to bring up, but just picture the military, the government's using this team. They're we want to talk to the other side, the dimension, and it's wow, giving them messages.
No, that's basically what I'm thinking of, and that's very funny. Yeah, it's gonna be really bizarre, and they're gonna learn about demonology and like what's it called? I was thinking of like Day of the Dead, where it's a zombie movie where it's not really about the zombies, and it's all about that military base like doing tests on the zombies, and they're like, "You run out of funding, we're just gonna kill you." You know?
I need to watch it, dude.
Oh, it has one of the most satisfying endings ever.
The reason I haven't watched it is I heard it's super nihilistic.
Yeah, it's nihilistic. You might, if you go into thinking you're going to get action or zombies and blood, you're going to be bored. There's a lot of gore, but it's very low key. You have to go in knowing it's a super slow burn. But if you go in knowing that, I swear it flies by. Because it's a character piece. It's all about character.
Nice.
Great, George Romero, dude. Good job. Good job on that one.
I've seen like all his movies, but his best ones. I've seen like
I've heard he made some shit.
Yeah, I've seen like Night of the Living Dead, and then he did Night of the Living Dead's good.
Yeah,
that scared me as a kid. When I was a kid, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I've seen like Diary of the Dead.
I heard that's trash.
It like opens with like found footage, like a news person like, "Hey, the news," and they pan over and there's like someone outside the hospital in one of those like beds, the gurneys, and he just gets up and like bites somebody, and they're like, "Oh fuck!" And then it becomes like a found footage, like 5 characters running around it.
Yeah. The same thing with Francis Ford Coppola. What's it called? Betwixt. I think I sent you a scene. It's with Val Kilmer. And it's like, at first I thought it was shit. And then I watched the scene and I'm like, wait, I'm actually enjoying this? What the fuck? Like, it looks like a student film. Like, it straight up looks like a student film.
I guess it's money or they lose something.
I think he just doesn't care anymore. In a good way, though. Like, he's an approach where he's just like, I just want to make something.
I get that too sometimes, because like if you care too much, you can like paralyze yourself from. Well, I don't mean care too much, but I mean like care what other people are gonna think about your shit. You know.
That's a good point. I think the Russians, in a good way, care too much with their filmmaking. Where I have the joke where they're super self-serious in a good way. It's not even a joke. It's just like a opinion. But I guess that's a joke.
I agree though and that's something I missed watching the first 30 minutes of Andrei Rublev, which felt like 30 hours, was like the standard of quality that these guys hold themselves to. Like these guys are striving for something above themselves. And you don't see that a lot in modern day movies. It's like, all right, wide shot. Let's get someone in here to improv like The Rock or somebody. All right, good.
Let's get Paul. Now,
can we get the stunt double in where we see the back of your head now?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, Vin Diesel, you don't want to be on the set with The Rock? Okay.
Did you hear the shit with Vin Diesel where the new Fast and Furious, Fast 10, that director walked off set?
Why? I didn't hear this.
Because apparently it was like he was having disagreements with Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel cares like way too much about this series. He's like, this is all I have.
It is all he has. That and I am Groot.
I am Groot. Oh, praise Groot.
But there's been like people saying that just like he's been tough to work with, like show up late to set and like argue with people. And I don't know if you all saw the whole thing with The Rock where he was like tweeting at The Rock after The Rock told him no, he didn't want to be in any more of the Fast and Furious. He sent a tweet out. He's like, dude, come on. This is what Paul would have want. And The Rock called him out for like manipulating him with a dead person.
Paul, fuck that, dude. That's so fucked. Yeah, no, The Rock is probably in the right. Honestly, Vin Diesel hasn't made a good movie in years. Last good movie was Triple X.
And I wouldn't say I'd say fine.
That movie's perfect.
Fun.
Fuck you. Yeah, no, it's serious.
Yeah. Someone died on that set. Did you know that?
No, now I'm not gonna be able to watch it.
There's a scene where a stunt double as Vin Diesel jumps off of like something onto something below, like a metal tube, and they died. Like their rope broke or something. They fell and they died, and they used that take up until he died to like commemorate him.
Yo, I'll never be able to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I
Triple X.
Me and Isaac had a thing about it. He's like, if I was a stunt double, I'd want you to watch that movie. I'd be like, dude, I just have a thing against it. Just like I can't watch something that someone died in.
I mean, no, it sucks. Like you don't want that shit to happen. You could argue that no one made them do it. That was their choice, you know.
Well,
but unless they were like, dude, this feels unsafe. What the fuck? But they're stunt double. That's what.
Well, yeah. I think.
But it doesn't. You don't want anyone to die. Obviously, that's bad. Like that's fucked up.
I mean, I think we want to close it, but the one that comes to mind is Deadpool 2. It's just like that woman said she didn't want to do the stunt, and she died.
Whoa! What happened with that? I didn't hear about this.
Oh, that motorcycle scene on the highway. I think a woman was on the bike and she said, I do not want to do this stunt," and they're like, "You should do it. You'll be fine." She did it and she died.
What was the stunt?
I don't remember. It was some kind of motorcycle stunt. I don't remember.
Whoa, that's crazy. Cause she's probably nervous. Like, dude, I don't want to do it. If they say that, you have to trust them. And
I tried watching Deadpool 2. Like the whole time that was in the back of my head, I'm like, I can't do this.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah, I figured.
It was just like a comic book movie.
Well, Max, I guess we got to sandwich these two podcast episodes together. Hopefully it fits, but you know what? If people give us shit, fuck you guys. Make your own podcast.
You guys, it's just jazz.
It's just jazz, dude. We're trying.
Yeah.